And now, the Purple Room.
Welcome into the Purple Room podcast. I'm Patricia Caputo. He's David Bartholomew, and we're so excited to be back with you all. The Purple Room podcast is presented by Clutch City Cluckers. David, I know I asked you this last week, but I'll ask you again this week. How's New York treating you?
It's starting to get real hot now. Like it's been hot all week, so it's been nice to start getting outside.
I heard we're gonna have a heat wave, but it's been really cool.
Yeah.
It gets down to 68 here, but I'm right by the water. So I think that helps a little bit, but everyone else has been suffering. But the weird part is this was the first time where yesterday I went to the beach. I was sweating. I got in the water, was freezing. Like my feet were frozen. And
It was cold. It was cold.
It was so cold. The water was so cold, but it was so hot outside. And it just was like a lose-lose situation. But
is the water nice in New Jersey? Like, is it clean?
It's cleaner than it used to be.
I don't know. I've never swum. Like, I was swimming in New York water when I was like a baby, but like I haven't swum in there in like a long time. The water's so green.
Not to blame you, David, but apparently for years, New York was throwing their trash into New Jersey's water, or at least it was getting into New Jersey's water, which made it really dirty. But I guess since 2020 happened, they were like were told they have to stop and they can't do that anymore, and they had to change their ways. So it's a little clearer than usual.
My bad.
So yeah, your fault, David. You should have had control of that when you were 12. Well, anyway, let's get it going. What's going on? Presented by Sonic on East Boyd. If you're still in Baton Rouge, probably sweating a lot more than us, we're praying for you. You could go into the Sonic on East Boyd, show your ID card, and get 10% off your order. But David, let's get into it. I know we talk a lot about LSU baseball and why they might not be in the same position they were at this time last season. Jay Johnson still might be one of the best recruiters in the nation, if not the best. Yeah. Dave Carell decided to withdraw from the MLB Draft, and he says that he is coming to LSU full-time in the fall. So my question to you, David, is if you were in the position that Derek was, sorry, I said Dave before, I meant Derek, that Derek was or is, what would a coach have to say to you for you to go to college instead of going to the MLB?
That's hard because if I was them, I'd probably go straight to the MLB. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I think about what like a coach says to somebody who could just go to the MLB right now, you can go pro. If your dream is to go pro and it's right in front of you, what do you tell that player to be like, you know what? Let's do it. I bet he's Johnson probably told him something. Like, I mean, if you told me like, I really
tell someone the college experience. But I mean, I guess like the reality is it's not like the NFL where, okay, you're going to be a rookie and you're going to be playing right away. You're going to have to start off in the minors and all that and go through that whole thing. Whereas this, he might be able to win a national championship, possibly with LSU if he stays for 3 or 4 years. He might be able to up his draft stock a little bit, even though he was already a top prospect.
Yep.
But so I just think it's hard because I think for me, I'm such of like, I want it now type of person. So I'd be like, yeah, Jay Johnson, I'll see you later. But if you want the college experience, that might have been something Jay said. But like, how much can a coach encourage a kid to come to college when you have the chance to be a part of an MLB roster sooner than later?
Hey, Jay Johnson, he's making magic and keep doing it. Get all the MLB draft guys. Tell them they all could go to LSU.
I guess so, because the list does go on. Connor Griffin, he committed to LSU in 2022. Last week, he was nominated and won the Gatorade National Baseball Player of the Year. So again, that's another prospect coming to LSU who has very good statistics, very good like ratings and all that. And now he's coming to LSU. And now again, Jay Johnson is a part of all of that. And I think as fans, we forget that this is only going to be his 4th year, if I'm not mistaken, with Jay Johnson. He already has a natty under his belt, top prospects. It makes your job a lot easier when you win and when you have other players that are buying into your system.
Hey, you never know though. They could say that for now. Be like, yeah, I'm going to LSU, and then draft day comes and you get a proposal that you might not want to turn down.
But I don't know.
A team will still call you.
You think? But he withdrew his name.
From everything I've been seeing, you can't like officially like you can tell the teams like, yeah, I'm withdrawing from the draft, but If a team calls you and is like, "Hey, we're gonna give you X amount of money," like, would you consider that? A player could turn around that same day and say, "You know what? Money is money."
I don't know. The hard thing again is going back to the whole minor league idea, because someone
Yeah.
like Cruz, I think, wanted this record-setting number, and I believe Paul Skeens too, but it was a little bit more of a debate because if I'm not mistaken, Dylan Cruz wanted more, and he was drafted second overall instead of first, like Skeens was, and that was kind of the debate where people were like, "Is this right? Can he ask for this much money when he's not necessarily going to a major league team right away?" Again, baseball is just so different. Like even Derek Jeter, it took years for him to get there. So that is the one plus of going to college, that you're going to play right away at one of the top schools in the country in terms of LSU, a top SEC program. You look at the college baseball World Series now, SEC teams once again. So I think that could be something that he said. But to me, I think I would just need a lot of convincing if I'm him and played 18 years of baseball and spent thousands of dollars. I would be like, yeah, I'm going to go to the MLB. I'll see you later.
I mean, because college baseball is fun. Like, it's a fun environment to be a part of. You never know. Some dudes really want that national championship. That's something that you only get once in college. You might go there. Some dudes might be like, you know what? Same thing I'm gonna do in the minors. I could do at LSU and then still get an experience. You're still gonna go to the minors for a little bit, get drafted, get pulled up if you're really nice. So you never know. There's a lot of different reasons for different cats.
I mean, some might like Jello shots, David. I know you were itching
Yeah.
to talk about that.
Yeah. Oh man, I almost forgot. That's true too. Listen, disappointing, disgusting performance this year. I mean, absolutely disgraceful. And I don't even know what I'm looking at. Were they buying shots? Were they even buying Jello shots? God, bro.
Like, not LSU, what they had like about 69,000. I think it was a little under 69,000 last year. But in LSU's or in every other team's defense, didn't Todd Graves pitch in and like top buyers for LSU, people who are sponsoring NIL deals all came in. Gordon, I think, helped and bought some Jello shots. But we got to admit, Baton Rouge in Louisiana does have a little bit of a drinking problem and a high drinking culture that maybe other colleges just don't tolerate as much.
No, those other colleges, they have way rowdier fan bases than us. They're not the classy ones here. Don't make them sound like the classy, civilized folk.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that doesn't mean they drank. Even though, like, again, we're not throwing trash in the field like other teams have in the past, whether it's football or sometimes baseball. But I'm just saying maybe they're not drinking. Maybe they don't need to drink to be rowdy and classless.
Oh yeah, that's true. They're just born like that.
But
Something I really want. This is random, but talking about fan bases and rowdiness, I was thinking about what team was it that took the goalpost down and walked it to like a river and they dumped the goalpost in the river. I would love if well, I would not love if LSU did that. What'd you say?
Tennessee, right? Yeah, Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah. It'd be so funny if that happened at LSU.
Wait, that happened. Yeah, that happened 2 years ago, or was that last year?
I think last year.
Oh yeah, that was 2 years ago, and I think when LSU beat
Two.
Bama, so I think if I'm not mistaken, Tennessee beat Bama first, and then LSU beat Bama, and then when I was on the field because I was working that game, there were fans who were tugging on the goalpost, and they were But at LSU, it's more. I think at least it's like concrete. But then the police were freaking out, and they were like, "Get down!" Like they were cool. They were taking pictures, all this and all that. The police were like, "Whatever, everyone's running the field. We're gonna get fined." But then once those kids started doing that, they were like, "Get down right now!" They're like, people were pulling them down and stuff like that because they didn't try. I think the attempt was like, "How do we get this thing to the bayou?" But it just the Baton Rouge police were like, "We're not doing this today."
That would be insane.
Because it was watching that on TV or on my phone was terrifying. Like to see that, like how do you get a goalpost? Where do you carry it out of a stadium? Because I'm trying to think of
that's a fact. How do you get it out of the stadium?
How did they get? I mean, I've never been to Tennessee State. Well, actually, yes, I have. I haven't been inside though, but I just kind of saw around it. But I don't know. Like in terms of LSU in the tunnel, you'd have to break it down piece by piece, right? You couldn't take that whole thing out.
Listen, bring it all the way to the top of the stadium. Make some room down there. Drop it over. and then we got some people down there got to take it over.
Oh yeah, they'll just catch it, right? No
There we
car.
go. Well, you don't got to catch it. Just back up, give it maybe 100 feet.
Yeah, no problem. There would
We're
be
good. We're ready. Oh no, we're good.
you solved that problem.
We got engineers on campus who make something work.
And the engineer building breaks down all the time. Do you think that they could like this would have to be strategically
There's trial and error and experimentation. We
right.
got this.
They should just do that. Is that right? That'll
Yeah.
make sense. Well, Dave,
Facts.
you should start planning now, just in case LSU has a really big win this season.
They gotta grant me some research money. I'll do it.
My goodness. Okay. I'm sure that's on the top of their list for LSU. But also, just to quickly talk about Jared Jones, he was at the MLB Draft Combine and he was just hitting balls left and right. He really showed a good performance. And it does go to speak about, again, Jay Johnson, going back to that whole baseball and that culture that he's building, that go to a school like this, a guy like Jared Jones can boost his draft stock, has boosted his draft stock, has an opportunity if he decides to stay to continue to boost it a little bit. But I think that goes to show that that might be one of the reasons why kids are saying, I want to go play for LSU because I a lot here and I want to be a part of a team. I think a lot of people miss out on that team culture and that college experience. So that's one of the things that I guess if you really want the college experience, you might say, hey, I'll forget about the MLB for a little bit.
We should have all expected that he was gonna go out there and just be slugging balls left and right. That dude is full of force, full of power. So going out there, who knows? A team picks him up. He wants to go. Best of luck to his career. Bear Jones got to do what's best for Bear Jones. But, as an LSU fan, we'd all be happy if he came back, especially with some of the transfers coming in, the team that, is very early into the offseason. But I don't want to put too much pressure on the team, but it's looking like a promising group of transfers coming in, a promising group of returners. And if Jared Jones added on to that returning list, I'm not going to say a two-peat because, well, it's not a two-peat anymore, but, I'm not going to say we win another national championship right now, but the team would look very good. It'd be very exciting heading into baseball season.
Right. There were a few more transfers. Auburn's Chris Stanfield just signed. Indiana State pitcher, right-handed pitcher. Luke Hayden also signed. So you do have a lot of transfers coming in, and you did lose a lot of leadership. So it would be important to keep like Jared Jones around. It could have a big effect on the season. But David, let's quickly talk about track and field with the U.S. Olympic trials coming up. LSU has 23 former and current athletes competing this week in the Olympic trials. Just David, what does that mean for a track and field team that sometimes I think kind of gets pushed to the side with football and basketball being so popular at this point? But track and field wins a lot of championships and has really represented LSU for years.
Track and field is so underrated at LSU. Like, there's so many champions, so many Olympic runners that come from the LSU track and field program. And it's insane. That's really one of the backbones of LSU sports that doesn't really get looked at because, it's not obviously you're not getting as much coverage like football and basketball and baseball just because of how long track is. Like, the entire track day can be like 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. But individual runners and all that, if you just check them out, it's very interesting. Track is a very fun sport to keep on your tabs, keep updated with. And they talk trash. They talk a lot of trash in track and field. I love that. I love when I'm watching the sport. LSU talk trash too. Our team's not afraid to let the other teams know that we fast. I like that. I want to do something one day. I'm working on a story for a track and field team, but I want to go through one of their practices. Like I want to lace up and I want them to run me into the gutter. And I want to see how miserable it is because I know if the track workouts in high school are horrible, I know at college it's 10 times worse.
Yeah, that was enough for me, running track in high school. And we just had to walk the straights, walk the curves, run the straights. And that was it. And I don't mind running. Like I'll work out. It's like one song I walk, one song I run. I can never, ever run track. I want to hand them all roses because I could never do it.
Amazing. I've been trying to get back into running.
Really? Yeah. I went this morning. It was
really
great. Yeah.
How long you went?
Usually I go an hour in the
Oh my
morning.
God, yeah, you're a soldier.
But again, I run and then I walk. I run. So it's like a 3 minute song here, then I walk another 3 minute song. It's back and forth, and it's like I'm not running fast. I'm jogging. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm jogging. I see the bunny rabbits, and I'm like, hey, you want to race? Okay, that's really all that happens there. I'm like, I just need a good little workout. But we do have some impressive LSU stars. Sean Burrell is going to be
Facts.
Art Richardson, who's an alumni at LSU. Just on and on. You can go on and on with all of these names. So it will be impressive to see. And hopefully some of them can make it to the Olympics, like Richardson once again, and they can represent LSU as an alumni or a former athlete for LSU. But David, let's get into the even more fun stuff. So LSU is in some legal trouble
Oh man.
every once in a while, but this time it's with former LSU football coach Les Miles. So Les Miles, sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm going to keep a straight face because this is a serious topic, okay? Les Miles is suing LSU, arguing that after the team vacated his 37 wins, or they vacated a few of his 30 or all of his 37 wins, he's won a few more at LSU and at Kansas State, but vacating these wins prevented him from being considered for the College Football Hall of Fame. David, you're shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head?
Well, no, I know I was just, it's just ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, share your thoughts.
he, I don't know why Les Miles even is considering the Hall. Like, no offense, but why is he even thinking about the College Football Hall of Fame right now? Just because of the 37 was he had a chance to win a bunch of other games, and he had a chance to win at other schools that weren't LSU. So it's like, wow, bro. I don't. I'm not really sure. And I think in general, the College Football Hall of Fame, it's a little too easy to get into for coaches.
Same thing for the NFL, truthfully.
Yeah, it's like it's a 60% win rate, which like, yeah, that's impressive. That's hard. That makes you, but I feel like that makes you an above average coach. I don't know if that automatically qualifies you to be a Hall of Fame coach. And then also you got to raise the question as a coach, like, are you only doing it for the accolades? Like, it is what he wanted at the end of his coaching career is like to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, you know, that's if that's what he wants, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody wants like the accolades and respect, but I feel like the coaches that get there, they're not the ones who are concerned about it at all. Like that's just a culmination of your success. That's not something that when you get into coaching, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make it to the Hall of Fame.
And like maybe if you were
Well,
so
maybe.
you wouldn't have to worry about it. Like that's how I look at things. It's like when people are like, well, if we didn't get that penalty at the end of the game, we would have won. Well, you shouldn't have put yourself in a position to not win because of a penalty. Same thing with Les Miles. Like, don't put yourself in a position to have a few wins taken away or not be good enough or not win enough national championships and not be as good as the coach as you could have been. So you are prevented from getting into the Hall of Fame. And again, didn't you mention, David, that he had OBJ and had Jarvis Landry?
OBJ, Jarvis Landry, didn't do anything. If we look up some of the rosters that Les Miles had during the football season, like it is insane how they didn't go as far as everybody hoped them to hope for them to. But
And I mean, look at Jamarcus Russell. He should not be in the Hall of Fame just because of him. Not so much because of his college career. He was great in college. But then for him to go to the NFL, never watch film, the Raiders gave him blank tapes. And they were like, Jamarcus was like, oh yeah, I love this formation and that formation. And there was nothing on there. Like he coached Jamarcus Russell. And Jamarcus was respectfully a horrific NFL player. It was like, who are you building? And not to mention, like, maybe Les Miles, respectfully, you should focus on your character a little bit. All right. Like those for a reason. All right. I was reading about it because I'll be honest, I wasn't an LSU fan. I'm from New Jersey. I didn't really hear LSU all the time when I was a kid, like you are if you're from Louisiana. But I'm reading it. And Alexander was the offensive lineman who got in trouble for all this and was the reason because he was getting some what would now be NIL money. And Les Miles was highly involved in that. I was like, it's probably like $10, maybe like 100, maybe even 1,000. $200,000 this kid got.
oh man,
$200,000.
oh man,
Like, what? Are you serious? So that's why he received these financial benefits at the time. Obviously, it violated the NCAA rules, which we all knew, and likely didn't like. And even though you could argue that, okay, well, a lot of coaches did it, well, you shouldn't have got caught. Like, but you got caught less. I mean, this was something that LSU was dealing with even when Coach Ed Ogeron was there. Something just wrapping up after Brian Kelly left and the whole NIL thing, because since David and I have been there and Adam, our producer, like LSU was still trying to figure out this and sort out this whole Les Miles issue with the NCAA. And there was this fear of, are they going to get suspended or not be allowed in a bowl game? What's going to happen? And then when the whole thing came out about Will Wade, that's when they had to fire Will Wade because of it. Because they were like, we have to see. Like, it's like he has had this running line, not to mention the sexual allegations, the sexual harassment allegations he had at LSU, which caused him to get fired at Kansas State, where I think he only went 3-12 one year. So all I'm saying is that, like, Les, maybe, just maybe, you got to get your priorities straight a little bit and not worry about the College Football Hall of Fame and worrying about what I would say is restoring your image. But again, it's like Coach O, I guess it's nice when you're sitting on a few $1 million and you don't really have much to worry about.
You know, LSU has a great head coach, crazy old man pipeline. Like, it's amazing.
But I think the problem with all of this that I have is that Brian Kelly is under so much more pressure to win a national championship, because I hate to say this, but he's a real coach. Whereas like others consider Les Miles and Ed Ogeron of kind of these like players, coaches, and like, woo, like they're just kind of la la la. They won a national championship and they're not star coaches. And now you have someone like Brian Kelly, who is very sophisticated. He cares about the team. He sets in ground rules, something that Ed Ogeron did not do. And I feel that has so much pressure on him because what I would say is like fluke coaches, you can say, in Les Miles and Ed Ogeron won a national championship. And now Brian Kelly, if these guys won, you better figure out a way to win.
I think the last piece BK is missing is just the charisma, because, you know, aside from all the heinous acts the previous coaches committed, one thing about them is, I mean, the team was behind them. There was a certain energy. You know, BK is more reserved. He lets the coaches and the players kind of be the leaders of the energy. He'll come in and he's gonna give you the professional, the spark notes. But I hope BK gets a little rowdier. I think I'll just be entertaining. You know, third year in the boot. You know, he doesn't have to fake the accent no more. Maybe he might have it for real this time.
The last thing I wanted to say on this is that I did see LSU Barstool on Instagram, and I thought their comment was funny, where they announced that as a joke that fans, I don't know if you saw it,
He's suing back,
are filing a countersuit because he made fans watch an offense with OBJ and Jarvis Landry that just ran in I formation. So they said that this is ridiculous, and people were not very happy when Les Miles made this decision. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you like a coach, once you mess, as I'm finding out with LSU fans, once you mess with their team, it's over. Like, Les Miles is now the enemy.
Les Miles, not even just Les Miles, LSU football in general has had some insane teams that, you know, didn't get to win it all. It's just, it's insane. Like, when you look at LSU football, the football program, like the history, but how many teams like are stacked with NFL Hall of Famers, NFL All Pros that just couldn't get the national championship. And that's just like, it's probably why it's so special to win a national championship in college football and just in college sports in general, because a lot of the best cats that move on, they'll get all the accomplishments in the pros, but I know for some of them, at least, not all of them, because some people are like, who gives a shit about college? But some of them are like, oh man, I was so close. I wish I got that college ring. So it's cool.
Exactly. And I mean, Les Miles has one. He walked away with one.
Yep.
I get you want to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. You want the honor and all this and all that. I agree with you, David. The Hall of Fame doesn't mean anything to me in the NFL. College. Once Terrell Owens didn't get in for like 3 times, I was like, whatever, this is ridiculous. And that was in the NFL. So I hate to say that, because yeah, it's a great honor, but look, at the end of the day, is it a media thing where they can make money off of it and it could be great to bring them all together? That's what it is.
That's it.
I'm kind of like Bill Belichick in that sense. Like, I don't care about anything. And I'm like, whatever. If it happens, it happens.
Facts. It's like, man, whatever.
I'm not too worried about that. But David, to wrap up this topic on football, tell us a little bit about that football player and boxer.
Oh my God. I forgot his name instantly.
So
Because I was looking at a TikTok. So basically, I seen a TikTok the other day, and it's the first ever quarterback that's also a boxer, and he has hands. If we could put this video up, it would be perfect. But this guy, he's throwing now. Obviously, we didn't see him in the game. He's just throwing on air. But in the TikTok, he's throwing darts, like he's throwing zippers. And then it cuts to a clip of him boxing. And he's just like he's quick with it.
it's part of his routine. And when he's training with football, Davi Belfort is his name. He is the son of Victor
Oh.
Belfort, who was an MMA legend, and that is how he trains.
He's a 4-star quarterback. He has 31 offers right now. I mean, he signed with Virginia Tech.
Yeah, so he went on a visit with LSU. He went on a visit with Penn State, went on a visit with A&M, decided to go to Virginia Tech. But I did find that interesting because you just don't see that every day, especially someone who's training for football and who's boxing while they're training. It was just very interesting to see both at the same time and how it was incorporated into
That's a hard-boiled quarterback. That he might be the first quarterback. Well, was there a quarterback with CTE?
I mean, there's probably one of them. We don't know though until they.
But he might have the useful CTE, the one that makes you resilient. Because there's a clip in the TikTok of him. He starts scrambling. He gets hit by like 5 dudes and still runs it into the end zone. You know the adrenaline rush that would give your team. Oh man, your team is elated when they see that. If I see my quarterback just tank, imagine we seen Jaden Daniels. We're watching the game. We see Jaden Daniels just run through 5 dudes, which he was impressive in other ways. But imagine he just plays. He wanted the contact. Imagine he just put his shoulder down and just leveled some defenders. You're like, damn, that's a quarterback. And I imagine especially when he goes to Virginia Tech, I hope he, obviously play safe. Don't make irresponsible hits. Yeah. But sometimes you need that energy. I love people who are obsessed with the game. Like if you're obsessed with what you do, and he looks like he's obsessed. He's obsessed with both of them. And that MMA, that boxing mentality he has, it carries into football. Just hard boiled. Just go out there and play. It's like,
I was gonna say, we'll just wait and see what he does at Virginia, lowering his shoulder and all that. Hopefully he can and not break his
collar. That boy's strong.
We'll wish him the best. All right, that wraps it up for what's going on presented by Sonic on East Boyd. David, let's get into our next segment, Fierce Fashion. It was Fashion Week in Paris this week, and all the LSU greats were out. We talked about them a little bit, but let's go back to the Ed Orgeron days. Joey B was there. Jamar Chase was there. Justin Jefferson was there. They were all out there showing off their fit. And I got to say, my personal favorite, I'm going with Joey B because it was classic. I'm not a very flashy fan. I'm kind of like to be reserved. Black shirt, black pants, and then black shoes with just a little white at the end of them. Kind of like they looked like Vans. I'm not sure exactly if they were. But I thought that was the best outfit. I don't know about you, David, but I thought Joey B took it away.
Joey B was looking clean. He kept it nice and simple, but I'm definitely going to give the best outfit to Jay Jettis. I like the white on white. He kind of had the design with this shirt, the glasses, the chains. He was looking cold.
He always looks cold. That's why I was like a little hesitant because I was like, he just always comes out with nice fits. I think Jamar Chase had the plaid, and I like the plaid short sleeve tank top sort of vibe. I was like, all right, I like baggy pants. I was like, that's in right now.
Well, listen, all that clothes is above my pay grade. Trust me. Even the most simplest thing that, it looks like Joey B just got a little black button-up shirt on, but that's probably it's probably a French name that I can't pronounce, and it's probably worth like $10,000. So, all of them did their thing because I can't even talk. I got $10 shorts from like Walmart or something. I don't know. I got open toe sandals. If I could wear that to Paris Fashion Week. Matter of fact, look at these loafers I got. I could finesse it. I could finesse. Maybe put a little jewel right here. Wear these.
A little fake diamond. Make it look real.
Oh yeah, and I got the Yankees on. and I might even just put on the hat.
Oh, Yankees jersey.
Oh my God. But guess what? Fashion is about eccentricism, about, breaking the stigma. So boom. Double brim. Double brim with the Yankees. Judge on my back.
Aaron Judge.
Judge on my back.
He's back. David, Paris Fashion Week, double brim.
Oh yeah.
Little heart on his hat. Yeah,
Yep.
they're gonna call you up. You better
They not ready. They not ready.
They're not ready for David. They thought Joey B was enough. No.
And hold on, boom. When you think I'm done, when you think the fit can't level up,
you might be able to go Bengals training camp, and they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, you're part of the boys."
Look, just to show them that I'm still ingrained in the culture. I might have all the gear. The boom. I just got some football gloves on, cause you never know. You got to catch a route. When I go, make the diamond.
Loafers. Remember, with loafers. No,
it don't matter. I could do it barefoot. I could do it with Crocs.
Oh goodness. Maybe we'll have to try that when we get back to Baton Rouge. Crocs. That double brim loafer. Keep it in mind, David. Bring it all down when you move back in.
Thanks.
Next segment, that wraps up Fierce Bashman. Let's go into No Sweat Bets presented by Southern Air. David, do you have anything for me this week?
NHL is the last thing left, I guess. Congratulations to the Celtics, I guess. I guess you guys go do your thing, but Panthers versus Oilers, series has been spicing up. Listen, they not trying to go out how the Mavs went out. So, with that being said, I definitely think that they're going to keep it alive.
Okay.
What you think?
I mean, I think the Panthers are going to win it all. And I might be a little biased because I want them to win it all. So we can do
That's your team?
No. But I just, America. Woohoo. Having US wins the national.
I just want some entertainment at this point. I don't want to stop watching sports. So there's still sports going on. Olympic season coming up. But hey, if the NHL can prolong this for as long as possible, if the script writers can cook, I'm here for it. And the script writers always come when you need them. We thought that NHL and NBA were going to be done at the same time. But look, we got a game not tonight. Is it tonight?
I thought the NBA was going to go a little longer than the NHL, and I thought the Panthers were going to close it out sooner. But I like it. It makes it fun. It makes it exciting. It's not boring. We don't need that. Let's talk about it. All right. I got the WNBA still going on. So let's do that bet first. The Sky are taking on the Fever again. Okay. Drama. I'm putting that in quotation.
How many times do these teams play each other?
There's only 12 teams, if I'm not mistaken. So there's 12 teams in the WNBA. So they play a lot. There will be one coming to Toronto. They decided on that expansion, but there's 12 teams. So there's a lot of turnover, so to speak. They play each other a few times. So the Sky are playing the Fever again on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Central time. The Sky's got to win one. Because at this point, you're going on and on. Truth be told, the Sky and the Fever are having horrific seasons. I think they're maybe won 10 games combined now. Last week it was 9. I think the Sky finally won 1. So they're 10 games combined. That Sky's got to win one. Angel Reese has gone on press conferences and has been like, "Oh, I don't know, the refs and all that." Angel, you just got to win. Figure it out. You got to win because it's not going to be a rivalry anymore, right? It's just going to be what is the media going to say? Sky's got to win. All right, the Fever play tonight, so that's why I don't have numbers for it because it's not out yet. But yep. Angel Reese on Thursday, she is the first rookie in the WNBA to record 7 straight double-doubles. Last night, she had a career high of 18 rebounds against the Dallas Wings.
Ooh.
Got to take it away. Got to win versus the Fever. Next, the great Willie Mays passed away just a few days ago. Legend on the baseball field, off the baseball field. They were going to honor him at Rickwood in Alabama, where he had once played when he was in the Negro Leagues. Unfortunately, he passed away before then. But they still played the game, the Cardinals and the Giants. The Giants did not win. The Giants have to win in honor of him in the next few days, okay? I'm pretty sure they're 0-2 since Willie Mays has passed away. The Giants play the Cardinals again tonight, all right? Yep. They got to win. So, not tonight, on Saturday, 2:15. Giants got to beat the Cardinals. Got to get a win. Got to get one. It would have been magical and very enlightening for them to win last night. It didn't happen. But the Giants, go on. You can win.
Facts. Hey, speaking of Giants, I do got one more bet that popped up into my head. This is kind of this is one that's going to sit in the chamber for a while, but a couple days ago, Malik Neighbors, the New York Giant, said that he's excited to go against Cowboys Trayvon Diggs. He's excited to go against your boy. He said he basically said he's gonna fry your boy. He said he's gonna burn him.
Unless Diggs can get an interception, he's gonna cook him.
So I'm just gonna put it out here right now. Mark your calendars for the big day. We're gonna have a feast on Thanksgiving, and the Cowboys are gonna be sorry. They're gonna eat in somber. The Giants, we're gonna have a great meal. We're gonna have a New York potluck. New York potluck. All the Giants fans, come to the city. We're having a New York potluck.
You're still gonna lose the game, but I think
lose the game. We're not losing. Have you seen the team? Have you seen Danny Dimes? You know Danny Dimes started throwing again?
Yes, I have seen the team. I have.
You ready? Have you seen Drew Lock?
Saquon's not there anymore.
We don't need Saquon, man. Listen. Say best of luck to Saquon. All love. But we good over here.
Yeah. All right. Well, they're gonna lose, but I
got no faith.
I'm not a Giants fan. Why would I have faith? I mean, the Cowboys are so great on Thanksgiving.
Think about it. Why are you a Cowboys fan? You're in New Jersey, the home of the Giants.
I ask myself that every day sometimes. Every day during the regular season.
It's not too late to switch.
I'm not a delusional fan, but I'm too far in at this point. I'm too far. The only reason I'm really a fan is because Dez did not catch it. I wonder if he caught that ball, my life could have been totally different. If the ref pulled it differently. But whatever, I'm thankful because I'm here talking to you because of Dez Bryant's catch. But anyway, I think that Malik will cook Trayvon Diggs. They're not going to win. But we'll come back to that and we'll talk about it after Thanksgiving right here on the Purple Room Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we have for you today. I'm Patricia Caputo. He's David Bartholomew. Thank you to our producer, David. That was No Sweat Bets presented by Southern Air.
I'm not the producer.
Yeah, Adam, come on. Anyway, that was No Sweat Bets presented by Southern Air. Thanks for hanging with us today. This was the Purple Room Podcast presented by Clutch City Cluckers.